So my name is Kirsty Wood. I am the QSW talent partner for Connect to Dudley. We have been doing a series of podcasts with our much valued colleagues at Dudley and BC in the social work field to give you a bit of an insight on what it's like to work for Dudley as a social worker and why you should join us. Please could you introduce yourself and just explain a little bit about your position within Dudley and BC?
Yeah, of course. So my name's Samhad Asif. I'm in the Adolescent Team 6. I've been in Dudley since 2021. I've been here quite a while and I'm a senior social worker.
Fantastic. And how long have you been in social work and what attracted you to the field?
So I've been in social work 5 years. So I qualified in 2018. What attracted me into social work was that I've always loved working with children. And like building relationship with families and things like that. And I've always enjoyed like doing a lot of nursery nurse prior to my experience in social work. I've done some work around like domestic abuse, and that kind of like pushed me forward to do a career in social work.
So what is your overall experience within social work? So even before you came to Dudley, what have you done in the background with social work?
So I've always done assessments. I've always been in duty and assessment teams. I've always done safeguarding and child protection. So I did have a lot of experience prior for me to come to Dudley. It's just about like working with children, safeguarding, doing child protection, things like that. So yeah, I'm working in partnership with like education, health, the police. So yeah.
Perfect. And could you tell us, this is more in relation to like your role at Dudley now, so could you please tell us a little bit about your role and the structure of the team you work in?
So currently, obviously, we've had a restructure in Dudley. So I was initially in the assessment team. I've now moved over to adolescents. Obviously, the work has changed in the sense that I'm doing much more long-term work with families. I do enjoy that a lot more in comparison to assessments because I feel that I'm able to build those relationships with families and especially children and young people. In terms of the adolescents team, obviously, we're picking up a lot of children that are 13 and above. So it's about just working with the families where there's a breakdown in relationships, things like that. Since I've moved to Dudley, obviously I'm doing my practice educators course, so I'm trying to progress in terms of my career. So I do feel that Dudley's given me those opportunities to kind of expand my experiences and kind of support newly qualified social workers coming into social work.
So what stood out to you and attracted you to work for Dudley and BC?
It was more so like the permanency. Obviously, prior to coming to Dudley, I was working in Sandwell and I was doing agency. And I just wanted something a bit more permanent, a bit more stability. And I feel that I did get that in Dudley with the team managers being here much longer. I was able to build those relationships with the team managers and also like progress my career as well.
And how has your experience been working for Dudley and BC?
If I'm honest, it has been a difficult journey. It's not been like completely straightforward, but I do feel like I have received like a lot of support from upper management, just in terms of like when I have had like a rocky road, and social work is not an easy profession to go into.
No,
it is a difficult profession. I think more so it's about building those connections with your colleagues. I feel like I've got a very friendly team. We're always chipping in and supporting one another, and I think that is what's keeping me going.
So you've touched a little bit on this already, but how would you say your social work career has progressed since you've been working with Dudley?
I feel like I've just become a lot more kind of confident. I probably wouldn't be sitting here and doing a podcast today if you were to talk to me when I was in Sandwell. So I feel like just generally in myself, I feel a lot more confident and competent in the job that I'm doing.
And how would you describe the culture at Dudley NBC? What's it like to work for Dudley?
I think like I feel very happy coming to work. I've got really good connections with other social workers. We like I said, we always try and support one another. I feel like the culture is very different in the sense that there's different ethnicities and there's people from different backgrounds that I can talk to, get to know their experiences, their journeys. So I feel like it's a very kind of friendly environment, and the team managers are very approachable as well.
So again, you've touched on this a little bit already, but in what ways do you feel that you're supported by the senior management team at Dudley?
I feel that they're very approachable in the sense that it doesn't feel like there's any barriers. You can always go and have a conversation with them. And I feel like they do maintain their relationships as well. So you don't feel like, you're the social worker and they're the team manager. It's just about having those open conversations. And obviously, like, we talk about social work and building networks, but it is really important that those networks are built within workplace as well and organisations. So I feel like Dudley has that culture here.
And in your opinion, why should experienced social workers choose Dudley as their next career move?
I think Dudley offers a lot of training, a lot of support, in the sense that if you do want to do your P1, you can speak to CPP. They're also very supportive in kind of directing you and navigating you to different areas of social work where you want to develop your career. And I think becoming permanent gives you that stability as well.
Perfect. So the next set of questions is more like a fun-based questions.
Okay.
It's just about Dudley in general.
Yeah.
And just to give people a bit of an insight on what it's like to live and work in Dudley. So the first one is, in your opinion, what is the best activity to do in Dudley, or what is the best place to visit?
I think it's like the youth clubs and doing things with the young people, and also like the direct work toolkits that are provided, and the resources that are given to do that work with the young people. It always comes down to like the child's voice. So I do feel like Dudley has those resources to do those things, especially when you're trying to include young people within the community. So I'd say.
And the next one, I'm quite interested in your response to this because I need a bit of inspiration on where to go. What would you consider to be the best restaurant or best place to eat out at in Dudley?
Probably Pepe's on the high street.
That is a nice one, yeah, it is. I'll vouch for you on that one. And if you could describe Dudley in one word only, what would it be?
Inspirational.
Lovely. So that does conclude our questions for today. Thank you for your time, and as always, thank you for your continued support and contribution to the Dudley Borough.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our podcast today, and thank you to our participants at Dudley MBC who have took the time to sit with us and tell us about their experiences. If you would like to hear about some of our fantastic opportunities that we've got available at Dudley MBC at the moment, my name is Kirsty Wood. Please get in contact on the details below and we can go from there.